Hurry up. All right, here's the question. Does your belly hang over your clothing? Now they're nodding their head. Are you so bloated that it looks like a balloon? Are you tired of solutions that never really work? You know what? That ends today. I have got 4 belly-blasting supplements that you can add to your diet every morning to blast your belly away once and for all. How are you, Clarisse?
I'm fine.
Take a look at your belly.
Mm-hmm.
If today was the last day that you could look on that belly, what would you say to it?
I would say goodbye, good riddance. I'm tired of trying to lose it and then finding it again. I'm just ready for it to be gone. I've tried a lot of diet, exercising. It just hasn't worked, or I haven't been able to sustain it. So I need some help. If you can give me some suggestions or come to my house, that'd be great too. And I'm serious, but yeah.
I want to help you. That's why we're doing the show today. I know you're doing the things you want to do, like so many folks, and you're struggling with it. Mm-hmm. But there are things we can do to put you back where you need to be. And one of the big issues you're describing to me, because you're doing the exercises, right?
Yes.
Is that you're having trouble burning fat. Mm-hmm. Is that right?
Yes.
All right, come on over here, because my belly-blasting supplement to burn fat is called Forskolin. Mm-hmm. Forskolin. Have you ever heard of that before?
No, it's the first time.
Right here. You take a little taste of it, just a little pinch of it. What do you think it comes from? Forskolin.
The skin of something.
Well, no, it is not what you think. Here, take it. Take a look, take a look. Forskolin is found in the root of an herbal plant that's in the mint family. It's been used for thousands of years to treat heart trouble. But a new benefit to Forskolin is its ability to help your body burn fat. Researchers believe this ancient ingredient triggers a cascade of reactions that cause fat cells to melt away. So if you're looking to get rid of the fat, Forskolin could be for you. So Forskolin is responsible for creating an actual furnace in your cells. And by heating up that area in the cells, you literally are burning more fat. So by burning the fat from the inside out, you are targeting what you don't want to have, the fat stores, not the muscle that you have to keep building. Now the secret to getting the right dose is look on the label for that 125 milligrams amount. And they actually standardize it. It's going to say 20% Forskolin on it. Mm-hmm. That's what you want. What do you think about that?
Hey, I'm willing to try anything to lose this fat. It has to be gone. It has to go away. So I'll try it.
If you set your mind to it, you set your mind to it, and you do the things you've been doing, with a little crutch from this show today, you'll get there.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
My name is Maria J. Clifford. Throughout my years of practice and experience, I've come to know people's goals and desires in terms of weight loss. You may have heard of Forskolin by now, but if you haven't, you should know that this is currently one of the most appreciated, powerful, and sought-after weight loss supplements on the market. Praised by nutrition experts and cherished by thousands of real people who have managed to lose significant weight after using it. Forskolin's effectiveness has been scientifically proven by some of the world's most respected laboratories and doctors. Yes, various research by famous laboratories and doctors matters, but I wouldn't be sitting here right now recommending Forskolin for you if I hadn't witnessed its truly powerful effects myself. And I can honestly say that you can lose more than 11 pounds per week with this outstanding supplement after putting it to work. I've recommended it to most of my customers over the past 5 years, and they were more than satisfied. Most of them finally managed to lose weight and create their dream bodies after years of unfortunate battles with their fat cells.
Coleus Forskolin, nature's heart health and weight loss herb. Coleus Forskolin is a small plant. It's a member of the mint family. Now, medicinally, it contains these active constituents known as diterpenes, and the most famous one is Forskolin. And it also has some other diterpene or saponin compounds that may work synergistically with Forskolin, which is the key ingredient in the plant. The medicinal uses apply to cardiovascular disease, for one, and different aspects of cardiovascular disease. It's been helpful in cases of congestive heart failure. Why? Because it helps the heart muscle make more energy to strengthen the heart pump. In congestive heart failure, the heart pump's getting weaker. This allows the heart to generate more energy, and you start to get a stronger heart pump. It's also been used to help lower high blood pressure, or reduce high blood pressure, by relaxing the walls of the blood vessels. There's less resistance to blood flow. That lowers the diastolic pressure, and then the heart doesn't have to pump as hard, so that lowers the systolic pressure. So Coleus Forskolin has been used there as well. It also reduces the stickiness of your blood, or the stickiness of your platelets, so you're less inclined to form abnormal clots. The truth is that the final event in many heart attacks and strokes is that platelets clump together abnormally. They form a final plug, and the person's having a heart attack or a stroke. So keeping your blood thinned out a little bit helps to reduce the likelihood of that happening. Coleus Forskolin also has been used to help with weight loss. Why? Because it helps to release fat from the fat cells. Some people, when they're exercising, they don't release fat from the fat cells as well as someone else, so they don't burn as much fat. Coleus Forskolin has been shown to actually help release fat from the fat cells. And Coleus Forskolin has also been shown to be helpful in some cases of eczema, bronchial asthma, and psoriasis. Now, if you're going to use this herb, you have to use the right dose and the right standardized grade. And I want to point out to you that with this herb, there are some very serious contraindications, some very serious drug-nutrient interactions. So you should not be combining a Coleus Forskolin supplement or any supplement that contains Coleus Forskolin with certain medications, especially heart medications. So to see the details on how this works together, click on the link below and read my short review article on Coleus Forskolin. It's a fascinating little herb because it increases the synthesis of what's called cyclic AMP. So if you read the article, you'll get a grasp of why this is such an important and unique property of this herb. Anyway, all the references are there, so you'll know it's evidence-based information. And remember that on machinohealth.com, you'll see my other research review papers and footage from my live professional seminars, other teaching materials and videos and resources. They're all there for free to help you lead a long, healthy, functional life. My research review papers and teaching materials are complete with all the scientific references to ensure you're getting only evidence-based information from me on any health topic that you're looking for. So make sure that you use machinohealth.com as an ongoing, reliable resource of health and wellness information for both you and your family. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you. From African mango to green coffee, it's the most talked about topic. Everybody wants to know, what's the newest, fastest fat buster? You've been stopping me on the street, emailing me. Even my family is asking the same question. How can I burn fat without spending every waking moment exercising and dieting? I just don't have any time to put in more effort. Well, thanks to brand new scientific research, I can tell you about a revolutionary fat buster. You're hearing it here first. It's called Garcinia cambogia, a pumpkin-shaped fruit that grows in Southeast Asia and India. And it just might be the most exciting breakthrough in natural weight loss to date. Revolutionary new research says it could be the magic ingredient that lets you lose weight without diet or exercise. Dr. Harry Preuss is at the forefront of the research.
The ideal weight loss program is one in which you lose fat and you retain your muscle or even build it. With garcinia, we can make that happen. I tell women, look at your dress size. If your figure is getting much smaller, that's exactly what you want.
Garcinia is an exceptionally effective fat buster. It inhibits the production of fat in the body, and when the body's not making fat, it's burning fat.
Could Garcinia cambogia be the fat-busting breakthrough you've been waiting for? The newest, fastest fat buster, and one of the least expensive too, is Garcinia cambogia extract. I know it's a mouthful. I want you to write it down. Garcinia cambogia, because it may be the simple solution you've been looking for to bust your body fat for good. Dr. Julie Chen, a California internist with a fellowship training in integrative medicine, is here with more on this discovery. So educate us a bit about Garcinia cambogia. What makes it so special?
Well, you know, there's a lot of expensive supplements out there for weight loss. And what I love about this product is it's one of the most least expensive out there for people to use. And it's actually been seen in studies to help increase weight loss by 2 to 3 times what people would naturally lose with just diet and exercise alone. And they've been able to isolate this compound from the rind of the fruit and made it into a capsule for people to take more easily.
I'm stunned that I hadn't heard of it earlier, but let me educate you all a little bit about what I do know about. So it comes from a fruit.
Yeah.
As Dr. Chen mentioned, it's the tamarind fruit. You've probably heard of the tamarind fruit. It's a pumpkin-shaped fruit. It's used in cooking. You find it in chutney sauces, it's in soup preparations, a lot of traditional medicinal uses for it. The sour flavors are said to aid in digestion. So it's been around for a long time, which makes me comfortable, a little bit more comfortable anyway, in its safety. Go through the research for me a little bit on this. How much weight would the average woman expect to lose if she were to use this for a month, for example?
On average, about 4 pounds, but I'm a big proponent of healthy lifestyle, so I always recommend diet and exercise with it, and if people take the supplements with it, they actually will lose about 2 to 3 times what they normally would lose with just the diet and exercise.
And walk me through how it works.
So it actually is great not just for weight loss, which is important, but it's also great for emotional eaters because there's an increase in serotonin in the studies for patients, so their sleep and mood is better. It helps to suppress appetite, and it helps to block fat from being made. And it helps to kind of manage the stress hormone called cortisol. So a lot of the times the patients will notice that there's a decrease in the belly fat.
So, listen, anytime I see a scientist excited about this, and I look through some of this research, called these scientists myself, I get excited. That's why Garcinia cambogia makes sense to me, fascinates me. But I'm going to say something for everyone to hear. Please listen carefully. I don't sell the stuff. I'm not making any money on this. I'm not going to mention any brands to you either. I don't want you conned. I'm going to walk you through, over the course of today's show, with exactly how you'd find this. But I got to say, I am intrigued by how this stuff works. Explain to me how it's different from all the other weight loss supplements that I've heard of in the past, the ones that most of our audience knows about.
Well, I think it's great because it's like a dual action fat buster because it suppresses appetite and it helps to prevent fat from being made in the body and moves it towards glycogen, which is actually an energy source for the muscles to burn when you exercise.
So Dr. Chen and I prepared a little demonstration for you to show you how this fat buster is going to help you shed pounds. So let's walk over here.
Okay.
First big point that Dr. Chen mentioned was that it helps block the formation of fat. Right? So this is your liver. Folks, this is where all the action is with fat creation. You can eat whatever you want, but when your liver gets a hold of it, it knows exactly what it wants to do with it. And oftentimes, that's to create fat. There's specialized enzymes in the liver that will take sugar and carbohydrates that you've eaten, that extra donut, that little bit of extra white bread, and convert it to the fat in your body. So go ahead, pour that sugar and carbohydrate. This is the sugar and carbs up here. Right, Dr. Chen's pouring this in. Pour that into your liver. And when you do that, not surprisingly, it can flow into the liver. And as it flows into the liver, it will selectively begin to fill up your fat cells. And your fat cells, watch, they'll get larger and larger and ponderously begin to swell up. And as you get more and more material pushed in there by the liver will soak up some of it, but it'll continue to make those fat cells as big and as robust as they can. Have you all seen this happen? Now, hold for 1 second. That's the current state of a lot of us. Garcinia cambogia blocks that enzyme that converts the sugar that Dr. Chen was pouring in into the fat that your fat cells will absorb. So what does it do? Effectively, it uncorks the pathway that allows you to turn that sugar into energy. And by doing that, by doing that, your fat cells can begin to shrink out their material, convert it into energy. Go ahead and pour that in. Now, even if you eat sugar, you're capped this off, so you are unable, because of the Garcinia, to make more of that fat cell. And so you end up with this scenario. That's why this research is so superb and interesting to me, because it makes me think differently about how your liver converts sugar into fat and how it can now convert it into energy. Why is this so special for you?
Well, it's really important because a lot of patients early on want to just see the numbers go down on the scale, but that's not necessarily what's important at the beginning because there's a body composition change. There's a recent study that actually looks at patients where they took the Garcinia cambogia and they saw an increase in the actual lean muscle mass and decrease in fat. And that's important because muscle burns about 30 to 50 calories per day and fat only about 3. And so if you're actually getting more of the lean muscle mass built and less of the fat, you're more of a fat busting machine yourself.